Hello there and welcome, and I've got some very exciting news for you. If you were a fan of Company of Heroes Competitive, 1 versus 1, map making, the legendary map Faymonville Approach is back. It returns for Company of Heroes 3. This has been a labour of love, slaving over the Essence editor, the brand new world editor for Company of Heroes 3 from KPen97. He has meticulously taken the Master League version of Faymonville that him and I worked on for the last 2 years and recreated it in Company of Heroes 3. And before we go on to the brand new features, brand new for Company of Heroes, that are present in this very map, I'm going to show you the map itself. So here you go. It speaks for itself. As you can see, it's pretty damn tasty. A little bit of an overview as a bird flies, as a plane dies. This is what it looks like. He's poured over it. I've been a brutal advisor. Every single inch of this map has been thought about in immense detail. You could ask me to name a square centimetre on this map, and KPen and I have been over it. And the net results, I believe, are going to be one of the most exciting maps in Company of Heroes 3. Without further ado, let's start talking about the features. And the first one I want to talk about is the Garrisons. All of the main 3 garrisons going across the centre, 1, 2, 3, are now 1 story. They don't, I think they were before, but they have to be 1 story for Company of Heroes 3. They also have the most small amount of windows imaginable. 2 on this side, 1, and 1. The doors are in the same place. That's the same for this one here. However, the one in the centre just has 1 door now, 1 window per side. So now, its main thing as a living garrison on this map is to be a flow blocker, to make the flow of the cool infantry fighting and the vehicle pathing, to make it so it's not just World War I. Its main thing is an island in the stream of fighting. It's no longer where you put your MG and then watch as the enemy just walks into it. So the garrisons in the centre are basically nullified. However, the garrisons in the south are as powerful as ever, especially with height mechanics. So just like before, you have to be careful if somebody gets into one of these houses. There are now, however, 3 approaches in the south. Of course, you may have seen in the CoH3 Master League Edition, we introduced this beach. But we've now also introduced this pathway here, so you can advance on this house from multiple sides. You will already notice one of the brand new features that will come on to next. And it kind of goes hand in hand with the garrison gameplay and the victory point. These manpower points give you a little bonus, kind of like an Easter egg, if you will, that is not necessarily a mandatory point to cap. The reason it has to exist is because the victory points don't occupy territory sectors themselves in Company of Heroes 3. So we've had to add, well, not had to, it's actually quite fun. We've been able to add these manpower points, and they give something else to fight for around this sector, a little Brucey bonus. You can take your squad over these bridges on what was called by Stern Panther and Rosbone in their 2018 revision, the AE Island. I'm not going to coin it that myself, that's just what it was called, because it was my suggestion. AE Island now serves a purpose, which is good because I don't serve much purpose myself. So yeah, you can cap it and get more manpower income per minute, which is always nice. You're going to want to see North though, and I want to explain North before you have a chance to cry about it. North features this colossal mansion. It's a Wehrmacht powerhouse. And why is this Wehrmacht powerhouse in the alleged height mechanics gameplay featuring a colossal 12 plus 5, that's, what's 12 plus 5? 17 windows on the front. Well, you'll be very pleased to know you can't access this 6 and you cannot access this 6. So before you cry, it's 5 windows on the front and 0 windows on the side because none of this is accessible. It's very much ornamental. What that then means is you can very easily counter it. They can't see you coming, but you know where they are. you can walk up to the side of this garrison and you can flame it out really simply.
Enemy contact! Focus fire!
And they will perish. And just to show you what I mean, I'm going to retreat them to base now. And I'm going to make this guy mine. And I'll just quickly show you the fog of war. It's really not that powerful of a garrison. You can't even see round the back. So, yeah, there you go. That's the allegedly monstrous Wehrmacht house and how it isn't going to dominate play, so don't worry. We have thought about it, basically. The northern manpower point, which is funnily known as Animal Execution, the pier of Animal Execution, or the gallery, whatever you want to call it, because, of course, there is the sacrificial goat on the raft there. This is also a manpower point. We do plan on raising the camera slightly as you get closer to here. So we haven't quite worked out the mesh yet, but the camera should raise a little bit more in the future, just to give you a better view of the pier. So that's all the garrisons sorted. It's these manpower points sorted. I've got something else for you. The north base is now the size it always should have been. Faymonville had so many issues because the north base, it was always really difficult to fight from. And you could get base pins, you couldn't really fight out of it. And now it's the size it should be. You got loads of room. We do need to play around with these MG positionings. They probably could be a bit further back just to allow people to maybe push up here. I'm not quite sure yet. That requires play testing. But regardless, the base finally is the size it should be. Next point to talk about is these sheds. These are refuge shelters. These are because, unlike Company of Heroes 1, where you could enter the headquarters, it's an ode to that feature. Basically, you can jump inside and you can get inside these sheds. If you're getting chased down by a rampant Caro Amato, you can get inside the shed and seek refuge. And it's just a cool feature unique to this map, and it's an ode to Company of Heroes 1. I just thought we'd add them in. Just a little idea I had. I thought it could be cool gameplay. If you're getting chased, you try and make a dash to the shed before you get killed. Not everybody can fit inside, however. Next point to talk about is pathing. And you can already see how much better the pathing is going to be on this version of Faymonville. All of the avenues are wider. There is less clutter. There should be a lot less pathing issues in general. All of the paths are vehicle friendly and light vehicle friendly, hopefully. And you can even get some light vehicles on AE Island. However, beware, it is difficult. Also, don't go on this bridge unless you want to glitch and jump around, but that's not our fault, that's Relic's fault. So yeah, the pathing should be much improved. The retreat paths should be excellent. If you pull a squad over here, it should retreat down here. Whereas, as you know, in the auto-match version, it goes down here and it gets killed on retreat. So basically, retreat paths should go down here now, past this point here, giving you a safe retreat path, just like the south base has always had. So retreat paths and pathing should be a lot better. Final point, just before I unleash this upon you all to go and play test, is something very cool indeed. The height is not this, it's this. Faymonville is slightly zoomed out, and this is just to help all those people that hate using the tap map. It's slightly zoomed out, and it just means you've got better control of your units. You can see it better, especially for those of you with big monitors. We're just offering a little bit more of the game to see, and that's done with height mesh editing. So yeah, the division of labour on this was KPen has done arduous thousands of hours of map editing and creation here. I've thought of all of the new features we've had. So if any of them you don't like, please give me your feedback or criticism, because some of these are experimental, I appreciate. But really do hope you enjoy it. I've already played it against KPen. We had a blast. It felt ferocious, quite frankly. And I'm sure you're going to have fun too. And the last final port of call is that this Saturday, there will be a King of the Faymonville event where Master League players will be invited to play for cash in a winner stays on format. So really hope you're going to enjoy that on Saturday. Go and enjoy the map now. It's in the description to this YouTube video, and also you'll maybe watching this from the Steam page itself. And just, I really hope you enjoy the map, guys. Big thanks to KPen97. Sometimes seen as a bit of like a meme character in the community. All I can do is absolutely attest to the probably 100 to 200 hours he's put into making this map. So well played, mate. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you really soon. Thank you.